This is the Tactician aspect of Thunderspeaker. This aspect replaces a third growth option, which is normally gain 4 energy in place of presence, with a new growth option that is gain a power card, place of presence, gain 1 energy, and gain a fire or sun element. There are a few design decisions around base Thunderspeaker that determines its gameplay. The first notable one is that you can only gain power cards when you reclaim. You do get 2 power cards, but you aren't scaling on the growth tracks when you reclaim. The second is reliance on energy and card plays. The main purpose of the third growth option is because you're really dependent on card plays as a spirit. This is mostly because of the elemental thresholds of the innates that you really want to hit. The trade-off is energy gain. Thunderspeaker at its core has to maneuver Dahan and attack with those Dahan using its innates. The biggest power spikes are the 4 air threshold that make the innates fast, and the 4 sun threshold that lets you start removing cities directly. Because of how strong the 4 air threshold is, you want to be aiming for 3 card plays on the bottom track and 1 air on top. I also like to uncover the 2 energy due to energy concerns. Your 3 card plays are used to move Dahan around, and Lead the Furious Assault is your big damage dealer. You also have another huge damage dealer in Manifestation of Power and Glory, but this costs 3 energy, which is expensive for the spirit. You're not getting around the 4 air needed for fast innates, but what the new growth option does is allows you to pad your hand size and also get up to the 4 sun, 3 fire easier. More power cards mean more growth opportunities that aren't reclaims, which means faster scaling. This aspect does remove the big injections of energy that you would get for Manifestation of Power or for major powers, but I tend to like playing Thunderspeaker with all minor powers anyways, so in my opinion this is a great aspect. This is the Warrior aspect for Thunderspeaker. This aspect replaces Lead the Furious Assault. During setup, you replace Manifestation of Power and Glory with Call to Bloodshed. This aspect also comes with an Incarnate, which replaces one of your presence. You also get to add an extra Dahan at your presence. You get a new special rule, Warrior Spirit's Raiding Party. This is an ongoing effect that mimics the Sudden Ambush power card. You deal 1 damage every time you move a Dahan, and it brings the Incarnate with it. The new innate is Lead the Warriors to Battle, which generates a fear and deals the damage to lands with towns or cities at its first tier, and deals 1 damage per Dahan at its second tier or 3 sun and 3 fire. First off, this aspect takes away both of your big damage sources and remodels the gameplay as a guerrilla warfare playstyle, where you're dealing small ticky-tack damage each time you move your Incarnate. This allows you to pick off explorers much easier than base Thunderspeaker, but if you're playing into adversaries that counter control style gameplay, I could see this having a hard time. I'm thinking specifically about England here. The second tier of the new innate needs 3 sun and 3 fire to deal 1 damage per Dahan, so I could see myself playing more on the top growth track to uncover the sun and fire quicker. Usually I think the 3 card plays is super important, but here there is no Lead the Furious Assault, which I think is less important to get to 4 air. The lack of damage and emphasis on the top tracks could also lead to more major powers easier, since you probably need to supplement your damage somehow. Overall, could be strong in certain situations, but I think it's weaker than base Thunderspeaker. It opts for a more control style gameplay, which is interesting using Dahan with sun and fire elements instead of a traditional water-based control spirit. This aspect is also not exclusive with the other Tactician aspect, which I would like to try out at some point, playing both at the same time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.